Hello everyone. So continue the atom chapter. In today's session we will solve the problems. So before solving the problems, so let us have the brief revision of last class, whatever we studied. So in my last class we studied about excitation and associated terms. So excitation means it is a process of absorption of energy by an electron of an atom when it goes from lower energy state to its higher energy state. So this is said to be excitation. So how much energy is required to do the excitation process? So that is said to be excitation energy. So also we studied excitation potential. So it's the potential difference through which an electron in an atom, so it must be accelerated so that it may go from the ground state to its excited state. So this is called excitation potential. Also we studied ionization and the associated terms. So ionization means it's a process of knocking out or detaching out an electron from the atom. So it is said to be ionization. So the amount of energy required to do the ionization process, so that energy is said to be ionization energy. Also ionization potential. So it's the potential difference through which an electron of an atom is accelerated so that it is knocked out of the atom. So it is said to be ionization potential. Also we studied de Broglie's explanation of Bohr's second postulate of quantization. So in this, so we can also say that Bohr's quantum condition for de Broglie hypothesis. So here what happens, the circumference of the orbit of an electron is equal to the integral multiple of the de Broglie wavelength of the electron moving in the orbit. Also we studied drawbacks of Bohr's atomic model. So this is important for the final exam. So atomic model has some of the limitations. So those are, this model could not explain the spectra of complex atoms having more than one electron. Also, it could not explain the fine structure of the spectral lines of Balmer series. This model could not account for the wave nature of electrons. Also, it could not give any idea about the relative intensities of spectral lines. Also, it fails to account for the splitting of spectral line into a number of spectral lines under the effect of magnetic field. So that effect is said to be Zeeman effect. So Bohr's model does not give any indication regarding the arrangement and distribution of the electrons in an atom. So this is all about the last class video. So the brief summary. So now we'll study the important formulae. So first one, we have the equation for distance of closest approach. So go through the slide. So the value of distance of closest approach is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 times of Z square divided by energy. Also the impact parameter Z square cot theta by 2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into E. So Z is said to be the atomic number. Also the angular momentum is equal to NH divided by 2 pi. Also H nu is equal to EI minus EF, initial minus final. The radius of the orbit is given by n square h square epsilon naught pi m e square. The speed of the electron in its orbit is equal to e square divided by 2h epsilon naught n. So the total energy of an orbiting electron in its atom is equal to minus 13.6 divided by n square electron volt. To find the wavelength for the different spectral series is equal to r times of 1 divided by 1 divided by n square minus 1 divided by n square. R is said to be Rydberg constant. Value of Rydberg constant is 1.097 into 10 raised to 7 per meter. Z is the atomic number, E is the charge of an electron. Value of charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So E is the energy of alpha particle, which is measured in terms of joules, or we can measure in terms of mega electron volt. Theta is the scattering angle. Epsilon naught absolute permittivity. H permittivity value is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 per Newton meter raised to minus 2 coulomb square. H is Planck's constant. K equal to 100 by 4 pi epsilon naught 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square coulomb raised to minus 2. Mass of the electron 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. C is velocity of light 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So we'll solve the problems now. What is the value of impact parameter of alpha particles scattered through an angle of 180 degree? So we know that the equation for impact parameter is given by B is equal to ZE square cot theta by 2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into energy. So here theta value is 180 degree. So therefore cot theta by 2, it means cot 180 degree divided by 2. So it will become cot of 90 degrees. Cot of 90 degrees goes to 0. So when I substitute cot theta by 2 equal to 0 in the above equation, so the whole equation becomes equal to 0. So therefore B is equal to 0. The impact parameter was found to be B equal to 0. So because theta equal to here 180 degree, so using impact parameter equation we'll get the value is 0. So we'll study the next one. In a head-on collision between an alpha particle and a gold nucleus, the distance of closest approach is 39.5 in Fermi. Calculate the energy of alpha particle. So the atomic number for gold is given. So it's equal to 79. So the value of R naught is 39.5 Fermi. Fermi means 10 to the power minus 15 meters. Z equal to 79. Distance of closest approach equation is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 times of Z square divided by E. So now we should get the value of energy. With how much energy an alpha particle is approaching the gold nucleus. So therefore after substituting all the values we will get the answer in terms of joules. So you can see in the slide. So 92.16 into 10 to the power minus 14 joules. So to convert this joule in terms of mega electron volt, divide the joule energy value by 1.6 into 10 raised minus 19 electron volt. So we'll get the answer in terms of electron volt. So the value of energy is 5.76 mega electron volt. So this much of energy the alpha particle is approaching the gold nucleus. So again we should find the impact parameter now. Find the impact parameter for scattering angle pi by 2 radian when initial energy of alpha particle is 10 mega electron volt, and again z value is given, so that is 79 for gold nucleus. Impact parameter equation is B equal to z e square cot theta by 2 4 pi epsilon naught E. So here the theta value is equal to theta equal to it is 90 degrees. So theta equal to 90 degrees. So by substituting all the values and convert this energy in terms of joules, electron volt to joules. So to do that, multiply this mega electron volt into 1.6 into 10 raised minus 19 joules. So therefore we will get the impact parameter as 1.137 into 10 raised minus 14 meter. So you can also write in the power of minus 15 meter. So that is in terms of Fermi. So go to next problem now. In a Geiger-Morstan experiment, what is the distance of closest approach to the nucleus of a 7.7 mega electron volt alpha particle before it comes mandatorily to rest and retrace its direction? So again, distance of closest approach equation is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 times of z square into kinetic energy, z equal to 79. So by substituting all the values, also by converting that in terms of joules, we'll get the D answer as it is 30 Fermis or 3 into 10 raised to minus 14 meters. The radius of the innermost electron orbit, so known as Bose radius, is 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter, or otherwise you can take in terms of angstroms, 0.53 angstrom. Calculate the radii of n equal to 2, n equal to 3 and n equal to 4 orbits. So while deriving the radius of hydrogen atom, so we got one summarized equation. So for the nth orbit, so Rn is equal to n square a naught. A naught is said to be the Bose radius. So Bose radius for the first orbit, so that is n equal to 1, 0.53 angstrom, or otherwise 5.3 into 10 raised to minus 11 meters. So it is said to be the Bose radius for n equal to 1. So the generalized equation is Rn is equal to 0.53 angstrom into n square. So here you can take n equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So using Bose radius equation, we will get the respective radii of n equal to 2, n equal to 3 and n equal to 4 orbits. So let us take the first case when n equal to 2. So a naught is constant now, 0.53 into 10 raised to minus 10 into n square. N here is 2. So the value of R2 2.12 angstroms or 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Similarly, when n equal to 3, we'll get R3 as 4.7 angstrom. Similarly, for last one, n equal to 4, R4 is equal to 8.48 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So here Rn is directly proportional to n square. Okay, so both are directly proportional to